everyone. Um, I was actually planning to do this video here on YouTube, but it's still not working. So yeah, I'm just gonna move here. So yeah, I hope you're all having a good night, and thank you for joining me here. So yeah, I just have to kind of reset myself a little bit because I was actually hoping to do this on YouTube and test this sort of a new setup, but it seems that I still have to get 1,000 subscribers in order to do live streams on YouTube. So that kind of sucks, but that's just how it is. You're gonna have to do with the Facebook live streams for now on. So yeah, tonight I wanted to talk about some things that I've been, I'd say, reminded of, like in the past few days or weeks, even like the past week, and that's kind of about how you can sometimes, like, if you work with spirits, it's easy to assume that everything that happens, every weird thing that happens is a spirit doing, or it's someone attacking you or whatever, like an outside source. And I think a lot of us, myself included, tend to forget that our own energy, our own aura, our own souls, I mean, we are spirits too, after all. And it's that has an effect on our surroundings as well, and that we are capable of causing, like, these these supernatural things. Like, it could very well be our own energy doing that. It's like haunting yourself or spooking yourself. So yeah, it's I'm not sure who's actually in here. Not able to see a lot, but anyway, yeah, thank you guys for joining in. I see DH Thorn is here. Saw some others, Nick Bravo, and someone else. I saw someone else joining in, but I can't see who. Just still kind of getting the hang of this. So yeah. What I wanted to, yeah, to like about a week ago, I had some weird thing, kind of freaky thing happen where a large part of my makeshift altar came crashing down. Hey, nice to meet you too, the Thorn. So yeah, so a part of my altar came crashing down, and a pretty large part at that, and it happened because a painting, like, there was a poster, a framed poster, was hung up on the wall. Like, yeah, it was pretty firm, you know. I never had any problems with it before. So, but yeah, it's just been like that for, I'd say, 2 or 3 years. And suddenly the whole thing just came crashing down. And there was lots of glass, lots of destruction, I say. And specifically one spirit stuff and some very important things were destroyed. And it was kind of something where even I thought it was some sort of attack or something like that, because especially if it's just your whole altar, almost your whole altar being destroyed, and if it's mostly like one spirit, you start thinking like maybe that spirit is angry with me, maybe someone is attacking, whatever. And there was something the night before before that happened. I dedicated, this is something I do, I sometimes dedicate my workouts. Like, I like to work out. And I dedicate my workouts to spirits sometimes. And I'm sorry, there's a Spotify commercial in the background. I'll just turn down the music. So yeah, and hi to everyone who just joined in. So where was I? See, I got like ADHD brain, so I get distracted very easily. Yeah, so I like to dedicate my workouts to spirits, and I find it just works very well. They're happy with it, and gives me like this extra boost to keep going, you know. But I guess sometimes these workouts, sometimes you get this sort of almost angry energy in that, like from yourself. Or just this sort of, yeah, let's do this, like some sort of power up, or yeah, especially if you do like, let's say, weightlifting and stuff. And at the same time that night, I had a weird dream where I was told that spirits, that particular spirit's offerings had been attacked. So it was kind of like I had that dream, and then the next day, almost all of that spirit stuff is destroyed. But I was also told that I should not be thinking in conflict. Like, there's no conflict. The spirit assured me that he's not angry. Like, there was not. It was not really anyone's fault or something. But yeah, the whole thing. It was really like, I can't see it show any pictures of it, but just the whole path, like that painting that came crashing down left a certain path of destruction, and left some very remarkable things, like that were kept whole, like they were kept. You know, there was an egg that I had placed there for someone's protection. It was right in front of that frame, and everything else, like all the glass bottles, everything crashed and broke, but that egg was fine. And the same, I mean, if anything is fragile, it's an egg. So that was very, like, and a few other things like that miraculously survived. So, but yeah, that was a lot of things that would make you think that there was something wrong, but I kept being told, like, there wasn't really anything wrong, it's just things like that happen. So yeah, to some people who don't really know me very well, I get a lot of information through dreams. Just it's, yeah, just a more clear communication, I guess. So tonight, and this is kind of the main part of this video, I guess, like, because it explains a lot. I dreamt that I was sort of back in that, I'd say, that workout energy, you know, this a sort of aggressive energy. And you know, it's not aggressive, not always in a bad way, but still like a rock star trashing their hotel rooms or some. Yeah, that's still not a very good example, but it was kind of like that. Like, sort of, I was even saying, like, yeah, I want to break something. And that was the energy that I passed on to that spirit when I gave that workout offering, but it was also sort of my own. So what it comes down to is that I trashed my own altar, basically, because of the energy, the that worked up energy that I gave as an offering. It affected the whole thing. Like, yeah, I guess the spirit became affected by that, sort of got riled up and started breaking things, because that's just something that happens sometimes, and you get carried away and it becomes an explosive situation. But yeah, so that's kind of something that reminded me of that you know, it's not always someone else doing it. It's not always a spirit. It's not always some other sorcerer attacking you whatsoever. Sometimes it's just you, your own energy is spooking you. And that's the same thing. I guess I've been seeing that a lot of people, like, getting paranoid, freaked out, constantly thinking they're under attack when it's really just themselves. And that's kind of like, I think that's a very dangerous cycle to get stuck in, because you're gonna basically recycle your own negative energy, and sort of it becomes like it can be like a downward spiral of your own negativity if you don't recognize that that's you doing that. So yeah, there's basically a piece of advice, like, to keep that in mind. You know, check yourself before you start blaming outside sources of whatever is going on. Yeah, and also, like, with electronic devices, of course, it's very well-known thing that happens. You know, just, yeah, it's not always spirit. I mean, we're spirits too, after all. So yeah, it's also another thing. Like, sometimes that's something I get a lot. So when sometimes when I go on video, like a video chat with someone for the first time, or someone I just met, and they'll tell me I'm all pixelated, and I get a lot of people sometimes that when your videos are pixelated, that it means there's some spirit messing about. But to me, it's like, no, I just met you, so I got my own shields up. That's me doing that. That's my own aura, my own shields that are up. And that can cause that same interference, I say. So yeah, it's just something I wanted to share. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to discuss, or well, I'm here anyway. I guess it's Saturday night, so everyone is having other things to do. So yeah, I really hope I can get my YouTube back running again. Let's just see if you guys got any questions or comments, or I'm probably not the only one who's experienced things like your altar being destroyed or something. But for me, it was very it was a very shocking experience. Yeah, very weird. Yeah, stop working out. No, I'll definitely. No, I'm not gonna stop working out. But yeah, it's something. I guess the moral part of the moral of that could be to watch what you give to certain spirits. Like some spirits tend to be. This particular spirit is on his own, is already like, I'd say excitable. It's like he wants to go, and yeah, a bit of an ADHD spirit sometimes, and it's just something that you have to keep in mind, that what you feed that spirit, that is part of that is your own responsibility. Hey, Darky Lucy. So yeah, part of that is your own responsibility, and sometimes you're gonna. I think in a lot of cases they can actually filter that out, like the energy that is not. Does not match well with them, but I think, come to think of it, that same spirit a while ago, when I did the same thing, also like dedicating my workout to him, I saw him literally use a filter or some sort of thing to catch the filter out some parts, and I kept wondering why. Like, is he rejecting it, or? And I think now I know why. I think it's because his personality and his own energy, with perhaps too much of that, of my worked up energy, is just, it's gonna not even clash, it's gonna like add to each other and making each other a little bit, like it's gonna go crazy and explode. It's like not even clashing, but just too much. And I think that's kind of something he showed me, that I gotta, like a lesson in making sure that if you share your own energy with the spirit, that you watch what you feed them, and yeah, just take responsibility for that. Kronos, no, MQ, Kronos was not involved in that. It was another spirit that I've been working with for a long time that's did this. Yeah. Darky Lucy, no, it was not a war. No, that was made very clear. There was no, because that's what I thought at the very first. I thought that, they were attacking each other, but I was told by the spirit whose stuff got destroyed that he made it very clear, like, don't think in conflicts. So yeah, it was. Maybe it was a little bit of several things at once, but I had a part in it, so I learned my lesson there, and that's basically what I wanted to share. So and you can have very well have a part in your own hauntings. So yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. Otherwise, I'm just gonna grab a beer. Yeah, he was showing me wisdom. That's that too. And there was definitely some stuff going on. Like, it's not just. There was some sort of. I wouldn't say rivalry, or it's just a little bit of everything, but it's just also stuff that happens sometimes. And what was also it was very interesting is that but what sucks is that my TV is now unusable. I mean, it got covered in water, so I don't have a TV anymore. But it was a very dangerous situation actually, because there was electronics that got covered. Like, there was water, and I had given offerings of beer in like quite a few bottles standing there for the spirits, and all of that got knocked over. So there was a lot of glass, but also a lot of beer leaking into um, electricity sockets. So it was like there was, I mean, there was a very big risk of fire, and when it when it happened, I was just in the other room. Uh, hey, what is this? Getting some stupid stuff from my phone. That's nuts. If I get caught off right now, that's just my phone being stupid. I hope that's not going to happen, but yeah, that's if it does, I'm sorry. Um, so where was I? Yeah, so it happened while I was in the other room, but I was home, so it didn't happen. It could have happened like when I was walking the dog, like half an hour earlier, or yeah, and my dog was at safe distance, so we were both at safe. But I was here um, to be here on time and just unplug everything and make sure there's no short circuiting going on. So it was very interesting. Like, it happened really just my TV got destroyed and the stuff that was on the altar, but it could have been so much worse. So it shows that it wasn't meant um, to hurt me or anyone. So it's kind of one of these things that's also the way that like this painting sort of jumped off, because it some of the few things that were right in front of it were completely intact and unmoved, while other things that were further away got destroyed. So it was like it sort of hopped off, like it took a jump. Totally crazy. But yeah, I guess, like I said, I spent the whole week trying to find out what caused it, and it was me. Part of it, at least. So. Let me see what's being said here. Yeah, they sure are smart. yeah, that's it. Of course, when there's high activity, lots of stuff can happen. But like I said earlier on, it's not always a spirit. Sometimes it's just your own high activity, your own energy can do that. But yeah, I think it's time for me to get some sleep. Um, I hope you guys got something out of this. Um, and if not, well then, most probably for some of you, it's probably some stuff that you already know. But yeah, I just felt like sharing it and sharing some experience on this. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon again. So, good night. Trying to. I'm unable to finish my own video now. How's that? Oh, I'm back. Okay, now good night, everyone.